What's going on? It's Chiefs Chat, episode 6. Now, I know that was a weird intro, but I'm excited because we got a game against the Denver Broncos today. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a snow game. If you guys can remember what happened last time Patrick Mahomes played in a snow game, it did not end well for the opposing team. And that opposing team just so happened to be the Denver Broncos. So, in today's episode, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I'm going to be looking for in this game. Also going to make a couple of bold predictions about how I think the game will end up looking like, what the final score I think is going to end up being, and who I think is going to stand out in the game against the Denver Broncos. So just kind of an unscripted chat about, how I feel about this game today. I'm super excited, first of all. I'm hearing a lot about how there's going to be a lot of snow up in Denver, so I'm super excited about that. Obviously, I already covered that in the intro because, I think that's the big thing everybody's thinking about, It's going to be snowing. It's going to be great. It's actually supposed to snow in Kansas City here in a couple days, but, we'll see. But anyway, so I guess I'll go ahead and start with a couple of things I'm going to be looking for. Obviously, the big thing is LeVeon Bell, and, what kind of impact is he going to make in the run game. Now, I made the mistake last week of not looking into who was active and inactive, and last week I actually made that previewing the matchup against the Bills. In that episode, I thought LeVeon Bell was going to end up playing. So I made the mistake of, talking about the impact I thought he was going to have against the Bills. He ended up not playing because he was inactive. But this week he is finally active, and for the first time we're going to get to see, what LeVeon Bell is all about in a Chiefs uniform. It's going to be exciting, and obviously that huge game for Clyde Edwards-Helaire last week against the Bills. Probably one of the better, performances rushing-wise that I've ever seen, from the Chiefs. It was great. So Le'Veon Bell, how is he going to impact that? Is he going to, drastically improve that, which would be, obviously amazing. And that's what a lot of people are saying. They're sitting back saying, that incredible performance, came from the guys that the Chiefs already have. Now we're adding Le'Veon Bell. Imagine what we can do now. But obviously, as I've stated before, in my opinion, I don't see any reason to switch things up. I don't see any reason to take carries away from Clyde Edwards-Helaire and the other couple of guys in the rotation. So that's just my take on it. But regardless, I'm excited to see what Le'Veon Bell has to offer. I'm super pumped up about this game. Super pumped up about seeing number 26 back on the field. It's not Damian Williams this time. It's Le'Veon Bell. But either way, we got a new running back in the squad. And he's got a snow game ahead of him. It's going to be interesting. He actually, had a few awesome snow games back when he played for the Eagles. I think it might have been the Bills, actually. Yeah, it was the Bills, where they had a crazy snow game. I don't know if you guys remember that one, but it was awesome. And hopefully Le'Veon Bell shows that same kind of, ability to run in the snow. But it's not going to be that severe. It's just going to be probably not too impactful on the game. But so that's one thing I'm looking for in this game. Obviously, Le'Veon Bell. I think that's the thing that everybody's kind of focusing on. Another thing is Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if you guys kind of looked at the mic'd up, version of Patrick Mahomes last time we played the Broncos, in Kansas City when it was snowing. He literally said, this isn't an exact quote, but he said, let me think, what did he say? He said he felt as if he, everybody was just moving in slow motion. And, he was just standing in the pocket like, boom, bam, bam, just making these throws with ease. And that's something, when I hear that, I'm a little scared of what this guy could be capable of in snow weather, because obviously everybody else on the field is going to be, moving in different ways. It's different from a normal game because, the ground has less traction. It's harder to make cuts, and so Patrick Mahomes being able to feel, almost super above everybody else in a snow game, even more than he already knows he is, that's a little scary. So looking for Patrick Mahomes to have a big game, just being able to throw, being able to find the right guys, and I'm predicting 400 yards. That's something he hasn't been able to do this year, but I'm predicting 400 yards. I'll go 3 touchdowns. I think that's a fair estimate of what he's going to do, what he's going to be capable of today. And here's the thing. Here's another one of my predictions that I want to make here. So, the Kansas City Chiefs. We've got so many offensive weapons. We got so many guys that can do so many different things. And it just seems like every week, there's some other guy, there's some guy just, it could just be a random guy who's making a big impact on the offensive side of the ball because of the fact that we have so many weapons. But one thing I've noticed so far this year that we haven't seen much from a Mecole Hardman. As you can see, I'm wearing a Mecole Hardman jersey in the spirit of this prediction and what I'm about to say, because I think Mecole Hardman's going to go off today. I think he's going to have a great game. I'm predicting 5 receptions, probably about 90 yards and a touchdown. I think he's going to have a great game receiving the ball. I think he's got killer speed. And I think compared to everybody else, he knows how to run in weather, I think, just because of the fact that he knows how to run a lot better than most people on the field. You got, Tyreek Hill, obviously, another one of those guys that can do that very well. But I really like Mecole Hardman. I like, the thought of him, returning kicks and stuff like that. I think he might have a big return this game because the traction, on the ground obviously isn't going to be as great. So Mecole Hardman, his ability to run really, puts him up there for me. I think he's going to have a good game. Mecole Hardman, I'm looking for that, I'm looking for him to be a real big, impactful player. So now I'll get on to what I think the final score is going to be because, I hear a lot of people saying, it might be a close game. Drew Lock is back. They beat the Patriots last week. What I saw from that game was not a lot because, Drew Lock, he was back, but I don't think he played particularly well. I don't think he got more than 200 yards or something like that. I think he threw a couple of interceptions. And last week, this Chiefs defense is coming off a big game. And something I think a lot of people see from the Chiefs defense is they seem to play the best when, their back's against the wall. When you got guys, big prominent figures in the sports analyst world saying, man, this Chiefs defense, they're not doing good. Obviously, coming off the loss against the Raiders, everybody was saying that. This Chiefs defense, they're not the real deal anymore. I mean, they were good last year in the playoff run, but now they are not good. And I think the Chiefs defense took that and they said, we're going to prove you wrong. And they did. They absolutely dominated Josh Allen and the Bills. Now we're in a position where everybody's saying, okay, the Chiefs defense, they're the real deal. They're great. Destroying Josh Allen and really making him seem like a human, not a good quarterback. So we're in this spot where I think a lot of people are predicting, maybe they ease back a little bit and allow Drew Lock in that Broncos offense to really put up some points. But what I'm saying here is because we last year, at the tail end of the season, we really went on a run where we were just stopping every single offense we played, week by week by week. And I think that trend is going to start and it's going to continue throughout the rest of the season because I see this Chiefs defense, they're on a roll after that Bills win. They're feeling good about themselves. And I don't think they stop there. I think they keep going, and I think they keep dominating offenses, especially when you look at the schedule. We've got a fairly easy schedule, in my opinion. I think we got the Buccaneers one week. I think we got the Saints one week. But I think those are the only 2 games I really see us losing. Obviously, we got the Jets next week after we play the Broncos, and we all know how that game's going to end up. It's going to be like 60-0 or something like that. I mean, the Jets are just awful. But anyway, yeah, I see a big game from that Chiefs defense because I think they're on a roll. I think they're feeling good after that Josh Allen destruction game, whatever you want to call it, just absolute domination of the Bills offense, who showed that they were a pretty good offense earlier in the season, but obviously, didn't show that against the Chiefs because that defense is on fire. And I expect it to continue. So I think the Broncos will put up, 10 points. I think is fair for the Broncos. And I think the Chiefs offense, with Patrick Mahomes being, having a good game, obviously feeling like he is on top of the world, in this snow game. I see us putting up 31. So I think my prediction for the final score, 31-10. And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to have a big game. I think Mecole Hardman is going to have a big game. And I think that Chiefs defense is going to really show everybody, for once and for all, that we are the real deal. And we are going to continue this streak of dominance on the defensive side of the ball, until we win our next Super Bowl. So, obviously, a lot of this is wishful thinking. If I was talking about a different team, I might be a little bit more hesitant to say, man, this defense is awesome, But it's the Chiefs, okay? Come on. Give me a break. And I know all you guys watching, you wish the same thing that I do. Obviously, this defense has had some struggles in the past, but we really want to see this defense just take off and just destroy the league. So, and it's a pretty solid defense. So far, we've got some good numbers so far in the season. So I'm pretty excited for this game against the Broncos. I'm going to be posting this a couple of hours before the game, so you guys have a little chance to, see what I have to say before the game starts, and maybe you'll be looking for those same kind of things that I am. You know, Sammy Watkins Mecole Hardman. Sammy Watkins is actually injured, so that's part of the reason why I think Mecole Hardman could come in and have a good game, take over that number 2 spot, and really get that Legion of Zoom going. You know what I'm saying? You know, fast Tyreek Hill, Mecole Hardman just zooming down the field. That's what we like to see. So yeah, tune in for a great game against the Broncos. Mecole Hardman and Patrick Mahomes, they're going to go off. Defense is going to stay strong. Those are my predictions. Final score, 21-10. Chiefs win. All right, it's going to be a good game, Chiefs Kingdom. I'll see you guys in episode 7. Peace out.